recently started a brand new shiny Instagram channel and I grew it from 0 to 1,000 followers in just a few weeks. It's actually now sitting around the 3,500 mark and it's been maybe 2 months since its launch. Now, how I did this was by using a strategy that it was very manual. So I'm not relying on going viral or anything like that. Like I'm quite literally manually getting myself followers. If you don't know what I mean, which wouldn't be surprising because I've not explained myself yet, but if you want to hear more, then stick with me because this video is going to be very, very useful to you. Also, this video is brought to you by HubSpot. More on them later. So let's start off by just talking about the elephant in the room. I already have a social media presence, 100%. And I definitely cross-promoted and leveraged that social media presence as part of this strategy. So what I'm going to do is break down the exact steps that I followed to grow this brand new Instagram account. But I'm also going to give you some tweaks and things to think about if you don't already have an existing following so that this video is useful and valuable to everyone. All right, so step one, the very first thing that I did is I made sure that my shop window was looking tip top. If you don't know what I mean by shop window, it's basically the analogy that I use to describe the experience that people see when they land on your Instagram account. And I call it a shop window because people are basically browsing your account by looking at these things, looking at your shop window. And if they like what they see, they decide to go inside your shop, which in this analogy means that they decide to follow you. Now, because the strategy that I used involved getting a lot of people to go onto my Instagram account and follow me, right? It wasn't like I was blowing up from a reel. People were literally going onto my account and hitting that follow button. I needed to ensure that my shop window was looking tip top before I even started my strategy. So a few things that I did. First of all, I ensured that I had at least 6 posts live already. And those posts needed to mimic the level and standard of content that I was going to be providing to my audience. So this channel is basically for my brand new business and it's called The Creator Project. And on the channel, I share up-to-date news and trends all to do with the creator economy. So I wanted to make sure that I had a few posts on my Instagram which reflected that, so that when someone landed on it, they could see, oh, these posts are actually really useful and valuable. If this is the type of content that's going to be shared here, I'm going to follow this person, right? I also paid attention to my pinned posts. So in case you didn't know, you can now pin up to 3 different posts to the top of your Instagram page. Now, I don't think you always have to use this feature, but if you run a business, then this feature is really useful. So I pinned 3 different posts to the top. One was a start here post so that anyone could scroll through the carousel and learn everything about the Creator Project if they were interested. The other 2 provided a bit more information on the different elements of the Creator Project, such as like the newsletter and stuff like that. So by pinning those to the top, it made it super easy for new visitors to understand what the page was about. Another route that you can do if you don't want to do this is you can use your highlights instead. So I don't currently have any highlights for that page, but don't worry, they're coming. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. But if you wanted to, you could have your highlights include that information. So you could have your highlights to include bits and pieces about you so people can get to know you with ease. So they can just land on your Instagram account and clearly see what they should click on to learn a little bit more about you. Okay, so you either want to pin 3 posts or you want to use your highlights. The other elements of your shop window includes things like your bio. So making sure that my bio was written for my audience. So I had to put myself in my audience's shoes and think, if they read this bio, are they going to think, okay, yeah, this is for me, right? I had to make sure that my profile photo was really clear, all of that good stuff. So the end result was that my Instagram channel was looking tip top shape. It may have had no followers, but it looked professional and it meant that if someone saw it, they might be willing to hit that follow button. All right, now step 2, we're going to start to get a bit tactical here. Essentially, when you're trying to grow a brand new Instagram account, we need to get like manual traffic. Like we need to do something that increases the chance of people landing on your channel and also incentivize them to hit the follow button because you don't have any followers yet and your content might not be reaching a lot of people yet because it's a brand new account. So what do? We have to figure out a way to incentivize people to follow us or at least land on our page. And how we do that is by coming up with something that is valuable to our audience. It's really important that it's valuable to our audience because we don't just want to get anyone to follow us. We want to get our audience to follow us. So the best way for you to decide what you're going to offer in return for someone to follow you is to think about your audience, but more specifically their pain points. Think about things that your audience struggle with and rack your brain to figure out if there's some way you could help them with that pain point. Once you figure out whether you can and how you can help them with that pain point, that is the thing that you will use to incentivize people to follow you. So should we use my examples first? Because I did 2 different things. The first thing that I did that got me to the first 1,000 is I offered Creator Kit. So I actually work with a brand called Elgato. I'm using their microphone right now. And as part of the partnership, I said, hey, I'd love to run a giveaway for my new channel. Would you be willing to gift me like some items for me to give to my audience? So I was able to create a kit that I knew my audience would want and would help them with a pain point. The pain point being that people don't always have the funds to invest in their kit, or they don't know what to buy. And so that was my incentive. And that got me to my first 1,000 followers. The other thing that I did that got me to my 3,500 followers now is I hosted an event. Some of you guys may have gone to it. It was amazing. I hosted an event with Modern Millie, also known as Millie Adrian, and it was all about Instagram. I made this event completely free to join. And the only thing that people had to do in order to claim their free ticket for this event was to DM me at my other account, so the Creator Project, my new account, to send a DM to that account with the word live. I also said, you have to be following me to get a ticket. So that is something of immense value. So I knew I could say, you got to follow me if you want this, right? Because a whole event with like an amazing content creator or a creator coach is a pretty big deal. And it's great to get something like that for free. So that massively helped my following grow. So those are the two strategies that I use. For you watching, you don't have to do either of those strategies. You don't have to buy anyone anything. You don't have to throw a whole event. Instead, if you know that your audience really struggle to style their home, maybe you're in like the home decoration niche, you could say like, follow me on this account and I'll have a quick look at your home and give you some styling tips, right? Something that hopefully doesn't take too much of your time, but because we're doing a manual method, whatever we choose is probably going to take a bit of our time. Like I was responding to DMs for like 4 hours a day for a week to try and send out tickets for that event. Like it was not an easy process. It's a manual process, but it's how we can get to our first 1,000 followers in a pretty short amount of time. Before we move on to really break down the strategy even further, I do want to take a quick second to share a free resource with you, which is going to have a huge impact on the type of content that you are creating on Instagram. This resource is called the 2023 Global Social Media Trends Report. That's right, guys. This resource is going to tell you the exact global social media trends which are happening across multiple different platforms. So if you are ever someone who is stuck for different content ideas and just needs a bit of inspiration from time to time, this resource is going to be the thing that's going to help you. And as I said, it is free. So this report is going to help you explore the top trends happening across different social media platforms, along with the opportunities, the challenges, and helpful new data to help you optimize your social media strategy. A couple of the trends that they follow is the fact that marketers are moving away from celebrity endorsements, but also things like AI is changing the game for social media content creation, and short form video content is continuing to rise. If you want a more detailed breakdown on those trends, and more importantly, to learn how you can utilize this information for your own channels, then I really recommend that you get your hands on this free report. My absolute favorite trend that I really recommend that you focus on when you download this report is the trend all around short form video content. A few of the findings that they talk about in this report include the fact that marketers are prioritizing TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. A third of marketers say that they plan to invest more in video than in any other marketing platform, and that marketers are using video to target Gen Z and millennials. That's me. Can't believe I'm still being grouped with Gen Z, making me feel young. So, if you want to learn everything you need to know for a successful social media strategy in 2023, based on new data and expert insights, get your hands on the Global 2023 Social Media Trend Report brought to you by HubSpot via the link in my description. Okay, so we're now in a position where our shop window is looking great, and we figured out something of value that we can use to incentivize our audience to follow us. What's next? Well, there's one word I can use to sum up this stage: reach. Whilst it's great that we know how we're going to incentivize people to follow us, we need to be able to get the word out. Like, how do we actually get to the stage where people know that we have this giveaway, or that people know that they can DM us for some tips on XYZ as long as they follow us? Like, how do we do that? So as always, I'm going to tell you how I did it, and then we can talk about a few other ways that you might want to do it. So for my giveaway, I leveraged my existing social media channel. So I leveraged my personal account, which is at Jade Beeson, because I have 30-ish thousand followers there. So I used that account to get the word out about my giveaway. And that's what helped me reach to my first 1,000 followers, right? When it comes to my second attempt at this strategy, where actually I threw an event, and that's how I got to my 3.5 thousand followers, for that, I collaborated. And this is one that I want you guys to consider doing as well. So as I mentioned, the event that I ran was in partnership with Modern Millie, also known as Millie Adrian. And as part of that, she very generously agreed to promote the event alongside myself. So when we shared the first post announcing the event and announcing the fact that you had to follow my new account in order to get a ticket. We actually uploaded it in collaboration with each other, which means that the post, even though it was shared on my brand new Instagram account, the Creator Project, it was also shared on my account, Jade Beeson, and it was shared on Millie's account, It's Modern Millie. So you might not know this, but on Instagram, you can collaborate with up to 2 other people now, right? It is worth noting that when you do these collaboration posts, I have noticed that they don't get a lot of reach. Like the reach is normally a little bit less. But if your channel is brand new, the reach is still going to be more than whatever your post would have gotten if you weren't in collaboration with anyone else. So if you're trying to do something in collaboration with someone else, always think about people who you have a relationship with already. Think about someone who has a similar audience to yours, and also think about what you're going to give them in return. Like myself and Millie were such a great partnership. We work really well together, but also I'm now able to promote her services and she was able to promote her services as part of this partnership. So if you're going to partner with someone else, figure out what you can offer them or value that will sweeten the deal and make them want to help you get the word out about this new incentive that you have. There's 2 other strategies that you might want to use. One is to create a paid ad. I'm going to link to a video where I dive into like Facebook ads and all that kind of thing in a lot more detail. But essentially what you could do is actually put some money behind it. That's what we call it in the marketing world, which means you plug money into your post, which boosts its reach. So more people see that post that you just shared announcing this incentive, more people are going to see it. The more people who see it, the more likely people are to take you up on your offer to follow you in order to get that incentive. And the other strategy that you might want to consider is to encourage people who are claiming your incentive to share and get the word out themselves. So you know when you see someone do a giveaway and one of the steps that you have to do to enter is to share a post onto your stories. And you might be wondering, why do people do that? Is it just so that people can easily see who's entered? On the one hand, yes. But to be honest, the main reason why people ask you to share a post as part of a giveaway is because it then increases the reach of that post. Because now all of your followers are going to see the giveaway and now they might take part in it. So think about a way that you could incorporate that into your strategy so that the people who are taking you up on your incentive, whether it's a giveaway or some tips or an event, whatever it might be, they're also getting the word out for you as well. Okay, guys, so I knew I had to jump on here and tell you exactly how I'd grown that account because a few of you have asked and I'm not a gatekeeper. So I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, I recommend checking out this video. It's all about how you can create your Instagram strategy in just 5 minutes. A very important video for anyone who's trying to grow on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to head to my link in my description to check out the 2023 Global Social Media Trends Report. Remember, it's completely free, brought to you by HubSpot. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next video.